Saturday night. It's about 10, I think 10:30. Let's take a looky. Let's take a look-see. 10:49. Oh shit. It's 11. It's 11. What's this car doing? Oh, one of those no blinkers. My God, I didn't realize it was this late. I still gotta edit a video. I started on it. It's almost done. There wasn't much to do. This is my Friday morning ride. I was just gonna not do a preview. Just already put the title on and all that stuff. Did the color. Because the color and the lighting takes the most time, I guess. I should say. Unless I decide to put like music and a preview. So it's time for me to replace the brakes on my bike, at least probably both sets. I have a set of brakes that I can put on, and then I ordered another set of brakes. So they should get here tomorrow. I do have an intention. I do want to go by the store, and then we'll see what to do from there. Actually, this is kind of not an experiment, but I used to always film in 4K 60 frames, and then I started doing 2K 30 frames. Well, then I started doing 4K 30, and then I went to 2K 30, and they look good in the daytime. And then also, like when you're going faster frames, like at night, it doesn't let as much light in, and I can't use low light enhancement right now. But I'm like, does it really matter that much? My biggest concern is that my night footage, the videos from last week, just a lot of there's a lot of movement, like a lot of stabilization problems, I would say. So I want to you see it when I hit bumps, which I'm hitting bumps the whole ride, and you'll see it in the lights. You'll see everything bounce around. It looks really bad. So I think that with being in 4K and 60, maybe it'll help a little bit. We'll see. We're gonna go by Walgreens really quick. And I used to go to Santa Ana a lot on the weekends, but it's obviously way too late for that. But I can put out Friday morning's video. We'll put that out on, I guess tomorrow morning. And then I was gonna do this one for Monday, but I don't know if I'm gonna be. I didn't realize it was 11. I mean, I'm gonna be up anyway, but I don't know. It just seems kind of crazy to be out till midnight. The family will be awake till 1 in the morning for sure. But the kids have to start getting used to going to bed early. That's going to be a huge transition. So I think they go back to school on the 18th. If they're staying up. So this is a trip. My oldest son just told me his high school starts, which everybody must probably know this except for me. But his school doesn't start until 9:30 in the morning. Isn't that crazy? 9:30 is when high school starts. It's pretty remarkable. So this sucks. Where they've got the beer blocker here. We'll turn this into a death trap. Alright. What's up, man? How you doing?
Not bad, how about you?
Doing great, doing great.
Awesome.
Yeah, this is like a guaranteed. This is like a guaranteed tripped out store right here. I was talking to the guy at the counter right now. I gotta look out because this store is freaking nuts, man. And he said some guy came in earlier and he was like bleeding all over down his arm, down his elbow, and then he tried to steal a phone charger. He asked for the charger and then he tried to steal it, and then ended up leaving it behind and leaving. He said he'd come back for it when he had money or something weird like that. So that's what we'll go do. We'll go look around for crazy people, I guess. And we know where we can find them. We can find them on the Santiago Creek Trail. There's somebody standing on the other side of this column right now. I see their shadow. I should have done all this while I was in there. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should cruise on Tustin Street. I don't know. We can go downtown. Go downtown, I guess, and see if there's any activity. My screen is saying something. What's it saying? I don't know. Nothing important. Oh. Yeah, I don't know, man. If I didn't have a family, if I didn't have young kids, I would definitely, these days, I would definitely have a gun and be carrying it when I'm out on these rides. But I don't, my wife's not into guns, and I respect that. Parking lot activity. Having a knife, that doesn't do anything. You need something lethal, I guess not lethal, but something with some stopping power. I guess having, a spray, pepper spray, something like that. But if you've been watching my channel a while, I go to some pretty gnarly spots. Maybe I don't really talk about it too much when I'm going through there, because I don't want people to think that I'm just trying to go through dangerous areas and then try to you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to capitalize that. I just like to go to a lot of different spots to keep it mixed up, So if it just happens to be a tripped out place, that's just the way it is, But yeah, if I had something, But on a bike, I mean, you just keep going, you know, and not really. But I've been doing this for a while, and I haven't had any problems yet. Like I always said, like honestly, like the streets, I'm pretty comfortable in the streets. Like what I worry about, so in general, are like irate drivers, like road ragers. That's probably like my number one like concern, which is why I always tend to keep it pretty cool, even when somebody does something, you know, puts me in danger, does something. What the hell? Yeah, if I almost get run down, I usually don't say anything. I mean, I might say dumbass or something like that, but I don't get too crazy. Yeah, if I make it, you know, I'm good, you know. And then I say you know a lot, so I'm working on that. Wow, this doesn't seem very bright. There we go. But yeah, that's what I worry about the most. There's a few alleys that I go through that are probably not the safest, but I don't go through them too often. And I just don't look like somebody that's like, I don't know, I always just kind of blend. I think I just kind of always blend in. And then on nights like this, what I worry about is it's not road rager cars. I worry about drunks, you know. I worry about specifically like young people out drinking and like doing stuff like, hey, let's go out and you know, like run down somebody on their e-bike, or oh, like they ride past me, oh, let's jump that guy, or let's throw something at him. Like I worry about projectiles. I saw on Instagram yesterday. I don't really look at Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram or leave messages or anything like that and I don't say anything, it's just because I don't really go on Instagram. I should go on Instagram, and I should go on TikTok and do all that stuff. You know, I was publishing shorts on Instagram or Reels or whatever they're called. But anyway, I just happened to go on it yesterday, and I like the local stuff. So there's a lot of local news, like channels that are doing kind of this, not on bikes, so just like filming stuff that's going on in the city, you know, in Santa Ana and Orange and Tustin. And there was like a video of a fight. It wasn't like the actual fight. It was some dude had his shirt off, and one of the bouncers from probably Paul's Cocktails was like circling around him and egging him on, following him down the street, telling him to call him, like he was telling him to call him this specific word, like, say it, call me this, and he's like getting in his face, going and doing circles around him, trying to get this guy to say something so he could punch him. And this was a security guard. It was pretty crazy, and it was all the way down here. So the spot is this place right here that gets pretty crazy. The spot gets nuts. So this is the bar, and they were all the way down right here. We got the prime spot. So this is what I seem to always gravitate towards, right? The same kind of ride weekend, I feel like I did the same exact thing. That's all right. That's what we're doing. We're just cruising the streets. Sorry, my brake sounds really bad. Sounds like we're down to the metal. Let's go see what's going on at the train station real quick. See if anything's. So when we went by over here last weekend, there was nothing going. Oh yeah, I remember we went up to the top there, to the top of the parking structure. And there was a bunch of people out. That was kind of cool. Definitely not in stealth mode on this bike. Yeah, this place is just quieted down. It used to be they'd have live music here every weekend on Fridays and Saturdays. Maybe they, like, for the noise, they stop at like early, like 9 or 10. I don't know. It's kind of sad to see this place is just not like it used to be. I mean, obviously not this late, but I did used to bring my kids down here. Okay, we got an abandoned bike with nobody around it, so there's somebody in the bushes right there. I had a couple of dudes here one early morning when I was riding my bike, when I first got my electric, and I rode by them, and I was looking at them and I was filming, and then one of them pointed his hand at me like he was gonna shoot me, like that. And so I stopped. I went on this side of the tracks, and then I stopped and looked at him, and then I was like filming him, you know. And then he's like, "Hey man, sorry bro." He's like, "I didn't mean to do that." Because I was like, I just got my distance from him, and then just looked at him from across his tracks, and then he yelled at me like, yeah, he apologized. He said he thought I was somebody else. So he thought I was like one of his homeboys. What's up, y'all? Got a bunch of people hanging out right there. Forgot about this massive floodlight. Yeah, I miss the dark morning rides. I really do. So when the kids go back to school, I'll start going to bed earlier, and then maybe going to work a little earlier too. So there's a big group of people right here. It's probably not smart, but whatever. Let's see what's going on. Just gotta always know where your exit is. Let's go downtown. So that's it. I mean, down here, that's it. There's those 3 bars, right? There's Paul's Cocktails, the District, and then O'Hara's, like this Irish pub. And that's it. Not a lot of street activity in Orange. Oh, that's a nice barber shop. Let's get some shots of that. I don't have hair, so I've done my own hair for like 30 years. But look at this spot. It's pretty nice. And they've got like a bar right here with a tap for a beer with a moose. American Barbershop. Look at this spot. Jeez, I'd be hanging out here right now. This is nice. Yeah, I don't have, I shaved my head, so. Oh, look at this. What is this? Sorry, this used to be a Pizza Hut. Now it's Big Al's Pizzeria, and there's people in here. Look at this spot, Big Al's Pizzeria. Looks very strange. I don't see like a counter or anything. Let's go by Omega's real quick. This spot's good. We never go here, but it's good though. I've been here a couple times, but this is your classic like greasy spoon, so you can get anything. You can get like cheeseburgers. You know, they have all the stuff like fried mushrooms, fried mozzarella sticks, and then in the morning you can get like breakfast, any kind of breakfast stuff. And well, here's their menu right here. Let's take a look at it. So it's one. This light's too bright. Let's see. Here, we'll point this down. There, should be able to see. So you got hot dogs, chili dogs, dude. The chili dogs are only. I love chili dogs. Pastrami sandwiches. And you can see, there's breakfast. I don't know how well you can see. You know, you can get shakes. Back in this town called Porterville, we had where I'm from had a few places that were similar to this. I don't know how popular they are in other cities, but let's look at all these barrels back here. Look at this. So this is Chapman Brewery. All these barrels. Sour mash rye whiskey. Yeah, I always try to talk my family into going to that place, but they never want to go. So we used to have a place like that called Super Burger. Then we had another place that was like called Coleman's. That was similar to that. And then I think there's another one called like Juicy Burger. Another thing that I don't see in Orange County, I don't know if any other cities, towns, states, or whatever have this. So in the Central Valley, Tulare County specifically, even in Bakersfield, I don't know about Fresno, I don't remember, but all the like liquor stores that you go to, they all have delis, and the delis have fried food. So you can get like corn dogs, fried burritos. Sometimes you can even get chicken gizzards, mojos, all that deep fried stuff. You can get like two fried burritos, just those cheap fried red burritos for like, well, back then it used to be like, you know, 2 for $1.50, you know, or 2 for $3, and you know, they have the fountain sodas and everything. They have pizza pockets, just like really cheap food, you know. So when you're out drinking, go in there and get your beer, get some good fried food. This store's cool right here too. Oh, that car's backing in. It's a vintage store. We'll look at it later. This light has the potential to make people angry. We'll cruise through the circle. Oh my God, dude, that sneeze scared the crap out of me. This is like Lover's Lane right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couples. 5 couples hanging out at the circle. Well, those guys, they may not have been a couple. Couple knuckleheads. That's it. City of Orange nightlife. We'll head back to Tustin. I think we've seen everything we're going to see here. Somebody left the heater on. Oh, let's stand by here. Oh, this feels nice. Oh yeah, nice. So this is Havens. I think the people that own Havens own a place I used to go to called Provisions that had really good beer. Really good beer. What's up, bro? This place is pretty fancy. I've been here once, but it's one of those places when you go there and you're like, why did I spend so much money on this food? It's not even, anything special. The most dangerous alley in Orange. There's somebody. I want to freak her out. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go to. I'm gonna go back home. I just want to go for a little ride and see what. In case I start doing some early morning rides and it's still dark, I want to see. So the early morning rides when it's dark, though, you don't get as much. It is light enough, right? So it's not as bad as it is in real nighttime. But I just haven't ridden in the dark for a few months, several months. So I want to figure out what's going to look best. So we had, like I said, we had those 2 videos that were 2K 30 frames, and I should know because I've been doing this forever, but I just have to remember. It's more like I want to remember what it looks like. Like, is it worth it? Like, now I'll have the side-by-side comparison. Is it worth it to do 4K 60 frames when it's dark? Like, compare it to 2K. So the rides that I did on Friday, so one of them I'm going to publish tomorrow. I did 2K 60 frames, and it actually looks pretty nice. It's very seems very smooth. I think I don't know. There's something about having that many frames that kind of makes everything seem a little more buttery when you're doing action, especially if you're going fast, especially if you want to do slow motion shots. You just never know what you're going to run into at night. Oh, there's just stairs there. There's not a ramp. I'm not at the point where I'm willing to do doomers on this bike. It's a good way to destroy it. All right, see what time it is. We'll at least have maybe a 30-minute video. Obviously, we can ride in the street. I usually do. But like I said, I want to see what all this bouncing around the lights looks like. I see people everywhere, but there's really nobody. Got to get my eyeballs trained for the darkness again. Got a couple of lions. What if these lions came alive? Oh, so we watched the most freaking stressful movie I've watched in a long time called, what's it called? I can't even remember what it's called. I just watched it. I think it's called A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place, part 1 and 2. So we watched the first one. Which doesn't show like how this whole thing happened, but there's these basically aliens, for lack of a better word, these like demonic looking aliens that came down. It doesn't tell you how in the first movie, but like it starts off, there's like this family and they're living in at this farmhouse out in the country, out in rural New York. It's kind of like in the Appalachians, the northern part of the Appalachians, kind of. And then so there's a dad. There's it starts out they're in a store and they're walking around this store, and it's obviously abandoned, and so it's kind of dystopian, but like they have to be really quiet, so they're walking around. I mean, you get the idea right away. Like you see them walking around in this store, they're all barefoot, and they have to be incredibly quiet, and they can't make any sound. And so it turns out like these aliens, they can't see, and they're just these gnarly beasts with these long arms that have these like claw spike things on them, and if you make noise, they'll hear it, and they come out of nowhere and they see you, and they don't see you, they find you and basically tear you to shreds. They don't even eat you, they just freaking run their claws through you, and that's it, and you're done, you know. And they're super fast. Why are you coming out here? The lady just started walking towards me. So yeah, that's what it's about. It's just about them trying to survive. And so there's a husband, a wife, like a 4-year-old son, and then like probably like a 10-year-old son, and then like a daughter that's probably like 12 or 13, and she's deaf. So they all know sign language. So I watched that with my wife last night. I was just stoked that she wanted to watch something that was like, you know, that's like up my alley, you know. She started like, after 15 years of being together, like she's finally starting to like like some of the same stuff that I like. Ah, shoot. Come on. What is that car doing? I just want to cross. All of a sudden, all these cars like show up. Oh my God, dude. So yeah, it was pretty good, but it was so intense. So intense. Like, it started out intense, and the whole movie, you're just like, it drives you crazy because they're not talking. They're just doing sign language and enunciating their words silently. And whoever wrote this movie set it up to where there's like always several scenarios going on at once where one of them's going to blow it and make a sound for one reason or another, and they just line up these situations that are just so intense. And then I think that movie's old, like 2018, and then they made another one, so it must have been a successful movie. So they made another one, and we watched that today. And now we heard that they're going to make a third one. And when they did the second one, they show you what happened, but it doesn't really explain it, so we're trying to figure out where the hell these aliens came from. But what ends up happening, which this isn't I'm not going to blow it for anybody because they show this in the trailer, but they're in this rural town and they're having there's a baseball game going, in the town park, and everybody's there, and all of a sudden you see this fire in the sky. I can't tell if it's like a ship or I couldn't see it very well. I don't know if it was a craft or what, but it was just like they're in the middle of this baseball game, and then through the clouds you see this massive ball of fire coming down, and it crashes, and then a couple minutes later, these creatures are all over the downtown area just destroying people, just ravaging the whole town. And the family gets away. But they do figure out a way to the deaf girl ends up figuring out a way to by accident to fight them. She finds their weakness, which is pretty interesting. Alright, so just a regular ride around Orange. 4K, 60 frames. Let's see how it turns out. Not incredibly exciting, but this channel is a work in progress. We've got the framework, we have the structure. Now it's going to come down to me and how much more creativity and energy I want to put into it, because I know we're good, we're good how we are, but I know I can make more entertaining content than what I'm doing. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope everybody had a good weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.